Hello students, today we will discuss uniform motion, non-uniform motion and how to measure the rate of motion. Take a look at this table children. If you see, the first row shows you the time and the second and the third rows shows you the distance covered. If you see the time interval in each column 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1 and so on, you can see that the time interval is 1 hour. So each column represents 1 hour time interval. If you see the distance in case 1, you can see the value is the same, 50 kilometers covered during 10 to 11, 50 kilometers covered between 11 to 12 and so on. So you can see that here the same amount of distance is covered by an object at equal time intervals. So distance is 50 kilometer and the time interval is 1 hour. If you see case number 2, though the time interval remains the same, but the distance covered each hour varies. Between 10 to 11, the distance covered is 30 kilometer. During the next hour, it is 50. After that, it is 25, then 45 and again 35. So when an object travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, as we saw in the table case number 1, we call it as uniform motion. An object is said to be in uniform motion when it travels equal distances in equal intervals of time. And again in case 2, we saw that though the time interval remained the same, the distance travelled changed. So non-uniform motion can be defined as when an object travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time. So until now we learnt about what is motion, how did we describe motion using distance and displacement. Now how do we actually measure the rate of motion? In this chapter we are only going to learn about objects in motion in a straight line. So how do we measure the rate of motion? I think you remember this quantity speed, which you have learnt in your lower classes. So if in case we have to find out how fast an object travels, then we have to calculate its speed. So speed can be defined as the distance travelled by an object in unit time. And we write the formula speed equal to distance travelled by time taken. If you see here, they are represented by certain symbols. Speed is represented by the symbol small v. Distance is represented by the small letter s. And time is represented by the small letter t. So v is equal to s by t. Now here again, when we calculate speed, we are not worried about the direction of motion of that object. We will only calculate the value of speed or only its magnitude. Speed can be 0 or positive, but it cannot be negative. So speed is also a scalar quantity just like distance. We know that the unit or the SI unit of distance is meter and the unit of time is seconds, and since speed equal to distance by time, the unit of speed will be meter per second. Before we see what is average speed, I want you to just go through what is uniform speed. Just like uniform motion, you can see the definition of uniform speed here. If a body travels equal distances in equal intervals of time, the same definition as of uniform motion, but however small these intervals may be, then the body is said to be moving with uniform speed. An example is stated here. If a body moves with uniform speed of 2 meters per second, it means it covers 2 meter distance in every second. So every second the object moves 2 meter distance. So the speed will be 2 meter in 1 second, 4 meter in 2 seconds, 6 meters in 3 seconds, 8 meters in 4 seconds, and so on. So uniform speed means the object travels equal distances in equal intervals of time. Now coming to average speed, as we had mentioned, as we have seen the definition of uniform motion and uniform speed, can we actually see objects in uniform speed or uniform motion in daily life? It is quite difficult. Take an example of a car moving on a crowded road. Does it always move with constant or uniform speed? Now, due to traffic, due to crowd, sometimes the brakes have to be applied to slow down the vehicle. And when the road is clear, again the speed of the car can be increased. So speed of the car is not constant. It keeps on changing every now and then. So in these cases, we are going to calculate average speed. So total distance by total time is the average speed of the object. You can see here average speed equal to total distance travelled by total time taken. And since it is again distance by time, the unit of average speed is also meter per second. Now coming back to the same table, can you try calculating the average speed of both the cases, case 1 and case 2, and find out whether the average speed is same or which is more? Calculate and we will see the answer tomorrow.